Welcome to Local Edition. I'm Bella Shaw. State problems have become county problems, and that's a very big issue for Ventura County Supervisor Linda Parks, who joins us now. And let's talk about the prison situation and get that one out of the way first.
Yes, well, because the state is hurting financially, they're looking at releasing what will be a couple thousand prisoners to Ventura County. And that's a big concern because, first of all, our prisons are seeing a 70% recidivism rate. That means once they're released, 70% end up going back. And what that means is that people are committing crimes. So that's a big concern, how we're going to handle the release of those prisoners. Some will be on probation, some will be in our jails. And it's really important for us to see that we have the facilities, but also the programs so we can help them re-enter society.
What about funding? You need funding.
Absolutely, and you see everything from even CAL FIRE, the State Fire Protection Service, they now want to charge residents a fee for living near wildlands. So it's a big issue, and what we're seeing in our jails right now are some overcrowding already in our county. And then unfortunately we're also seeing that we have a lot of mentally ill people in our jails, and that also is an issue that I feel we need to address.
More mentally ill people are in these jails than the facilities where they should be housed, correct?
Right. The state closed a lot of the mental hospitals, and the jails, the county jails, have become the de facto residential facility for people with severe mental illness, and we need to see a change in that. And we're working on programs, for example, what we call a warm handoff. So when they are released from prison or from jail, we can, put them into programs, get them treatment. But then you have issues, for example, with Kelly Thomas in Fullerton,
right,
who has recently died at the hands of police officers. He's mentally ill. He doesn't want to take his treatment. And that's a big issue when you have people who don't want to be treated, but they do have severe mental illness. And I think one of the ways to address that is to destigmatize mental illness. People don't want to reach out for help because it's such a stigma to have mental illness, but actually it's something like 1 out of 10 people suffer from some form of severe depression or bipolar disease or manic depression, paranoia. So being able to reach out and get help, particularly early on, is really critical, because you can stop it from ballooning out and you get into those kind of situations where you have confrontations with police officers.
You don't see that happening as often as it used to.
Yeah, actually we do have some good programs in place. Our Sheriff Dean has decided that his goal is to train all incoming sheriff deputies learning how to do crisis intervention. And that is really key. I think when I started on the Board of Supervisors, we had almost 10 people who were suffering from mental illness who had either been shot or had really bad repercussions as a result of being arrested. So being able to train officers has now made it so we aren't having any deaths and very few shootings. And I think that's really important. It's learning about how to work with people with mental illness.
Mm-hmm. And some of these people really do enjoy living their lifestyle on the streets, or, like you said, not taking their medication.
That's right, and trying to reach out to these people and help them get treatment so that they can, become a productive member of society. It is a treatable disease, and it is a disease of the brain, and it's treatable. And hopefully with the destigmatizing of this, people will feel less inhibited to reach out and get help.
So a lot on your plate right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
It never ends, does it?
It doesn't. And unfortunately, while we see these kind of crises with the state and lack of money, we're finding solutions too.
Thank you so much. Linda Parks, this has been Local Edition. HLN is next.